Hello there. You're listening to Two Girls One Mic. I am Simar Kaur and um Oshi. The recording is on. Where are
Yeah,
you?
okay, yeah, I am here now. Sorry, I was making plans to travel to Bangalore, but now I'm here, and um, and I am Moshi
Me
Singh.
too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it. I am Moshi Singh, and we both together welcome you to another episode of a sweet little podcast.
Right. So Bangalore, huh? That's a nice place. You should really try the non-vegetarian options if you visit. There's this restaurant called Nagarjuna, and the prawns there are out of the world. Seriously.
Simar, you've known me for 1 year, and how do you not know this? That if I go somewhere, I don't eat veg. I just eat non-veg. You should know this.
Huh? So try the prawns, no?
I will know. Don't tell me what to
Oh, so
do.
they are awesome. I'm just like giving you a suggestion.
Don't tell me what to do, huh? Look, I'm getting the accent.
What
Anyways,
is wrong with you?
when have you been there?
I've been there twice. And Bangalore has like amazing breweries and like really amazing restaurants with the most creative recipes I've ever seen. Like there were these popcorn prawns that I tried in one particular restaurant. Actually, it was a brewery, but like I haven't been able to find anything similar in taste here in Delhi. But those were very unique.
You did not just say that. You just indirectly conveyed that what Bangalore has, Delhi doesn't. And that is so not right. You can't just discredit Delhi food, you know.
I'm
Delhi
not discrediting Delhi.
You know, you are discrediting its food. Delhi definitely has has its own food, and Delhi street food is definitely one of the best. From golgappas to kachoris, Delhi has everything. Delhi is like a treat for any food lover, which
The
clearly is
thing
not.
is, Delhi
Guys,
is
hi.
in oh my god, oh shoot. Hi Saikiran. Welcome to our show. We would like to welcome our dearest friend Saikiran for today's episode. And yes, we did
And
not
Simar would like
completely
to
forget about
apologize
you.
for forgetting the guest. Welcome, Sai.
I you even you're the freaking
Please,
co-host,
let's
dude.
not get into a fight. So, Saikiran, how
It's
have you
okay,
been?
guys.
Saikiran, how
I
have
am really well. I just heard your conversation talking about Delhi food. Even I agree with Oshi. There's so much to find in Delhi. I have been raised in Delhi for more than half of my life. I was basically from Odisha, but I have spent half of my life in Delhi. And the places that I cannot forget, the best food are found there. From Amar Colony's Chole Bhature to Lajpat Nagar Sitaram's Chole Kulches. There's this Kareem's, an Islamic center in Jama Masjid that I love to go every time when I have time. Then, when I went to Thailand, I remember entering this Michelin star restaurant, Thipsamai, which serves one of the best pad thais I've ever eaten. It was mind blowing. It was like the best that one could have ever gotten.
I just ate and I'm hungry again now. I don't like
I
this.
know, right? I completely relate with you. Like all this
Just-
food talk is making me hungry again.
I'll make popcorn. You know, yesterday, at 12, my sister and we both decided that we'll binge watch a movie and we'll go and make popcorn. And then, like, we had this rock, paper, scissors thingy. And then I lost, so I was going, and then I found my father sitting there, and then I tried tiptoeing, but he found me.
Oh, she okay. We're recording all this
Okay, yeah,
information
fine.
later.
So tell me about the most serene and peaceful place that you have ever visited.
That's a good question. So my parents and I, we genuinely love the mountains. I feel like going to the mountains is the perfect getaway from, the really demanding life that all of us lead. And I, as a student, really need to, take a break. And the mountains are the perfect place to do that, of course. You get a good view, you get good food, and it's just perfect. Um, the most serene place I've ever been to, I would have to say that would be Tirthan Valley. So it was a very isolated valley with not a lot of people, and there was a river right beside our resort, and I think we used to go down there every single day, and the elders used to sip chai, and we used to drink milk. It used to be very fun. But apart from that, like to change the scenery of the place, we also visited Diu once, which is of course a coastal area, and we went in a completely off season time. So over there it was so peaceful and calm. Very less people were there at that time, and of course the facilities are not as vivid, as much in variety as in Delhi. Like there was no Domino's outlet and stuff. So yeah, I would have to say that these two places were definitely the most serene places that I've ever been to, the most calming places.
What about you, Saikiran?
I would really say samesies to simmer because my parents exactly do this. So we as a family are mountain lovers. Like whenever we have holidays, we just like think, we just take our time and then we're like, let's go to mountains. And we go for a long drive. It's like 300-kilometer drive to some place. And the places that I loved that had serene killer views and some Delhi like nice tasting dishes were Binsar and Dharmshala and one more, Masuri. I went to Binsar, I think around 2019. I'm telling you, it was a 13-hour journey, but it was worth every second. The views when you go by car are worth looking at. And when you reach there, you don't even feel frustrated. You don't even feel tired of that 13-hour long journey because those snow capped mountains, the Shivalik mountains, are just worth gazing. You can like sit there, just see at the mountains and drink a cup of coffee or a tea. Just, it's so serene, it's so beautiful. And I'm telling this incident, I found flower based on Harry Potter. How interesting it is.
Huh?
Yes,
How is
there
it?
I was a kid at that time, but I remember that it was a type of flower. It was a type of flower shaped into a ball, and it was named Potter Ball.
Oh,
Oh
And
wow, that's
how,
wonderful.
and it's so good. How good does that sound? And I was like so happy. And at that time, and even now, I'm such a big fan of Harry Potter. And this is the most serene places I've ever been to.
That was wonderful, Saikiran. Thank you so much for sharing that.
What about you, Oshi? Any place that comes to your mind?
okay. So I think that one thing all Indian parents have in common is going to the mountains. Because even our family, we all like basically, I don't remember visiting any other place except for Masuri, Dehradun, Shimla, and any other place. So I think I have to think. So funny. Okay. I love telling this story. So basically, do you remember the Kedarnath incident? I think everyone
Yes.
knows that. So basically, that year, around that time only, what we were like, the whole family. me, my relatives, my cousins, we all planned a trip together. And it was very spontaneous. Like they came to our house and then we left. And then we were traveling all around those places. Like we went to Dehradun, then we went to Masuri. And we were in Masuri and then it started raining very heavily. And we were about to go to Kedarnath only that night, and like the roads were blocked. And then like my mother, my mommy, everyone was like they had their heart set on going to Kedarnath. And then but like my father and a few other people, they were being rational, they were being practical, and they said no, it's not safe, we are going back home. And forcefully they brought us back home. At 4 a.m we reached home. And then we opened the television, and like it was how the Kedarnath, the whole flood had happened. And that time my grandmother, she was not aware that we were back, and then she was just praying that please all of them are safe. And then like I love telling this story, look, I dodged death. So it is not serene, but it is what comes to my mind.
Nice incident.
And
Dodging death.
Yeah.
so tell me one thing. Have you guys ever been abroad? And if so, did you notice any difference between India and that particular country? Because I have never been out of India and I really want to know this.
Oh yeah, I have been to I have taken a foreign trip, and you cannot believe it. But this year, no, not this year. It's already 2024. 2023, I took my first foreign trip to Thailand with my family. And Thailand it's worth seeing. The views are so good. Their beaches are like worth looking at. Even their temples like are so peaceful. And when you see the monks praying, I think it's quite spiritual, and it's very devotional. And I would like to say that one thing I saw when I reached Thailand, basically in India, what we see is not that frequently, but sometimes we see garbage around our neighborhoods and all of that. But in Thailand, my mother and my my mother, my mommy, and I were on a bet that let's find garbage, because there we couldn't even find a single piece of area where there was plastic thrown there. And we were like shocked. And how isn't there any garbage lying down?
That is so
And
amusing.
like we were betting on like 20 rupees. I would bet for 20 rupees if I found garbage there. We were like betting the whole 3 days trip we went to Thailand. And it's very ironical because their usage is the most. It's like when you go to a shop, they'll give you plastic handbags. Even if you go to take a drink, they'll give you a plastic bag. There's so much plastic there, but not a single piece of plastic handbag lying down on roads. Do you know how ironical that is?
It is very.
That is very good to hear and very refreshing as well, because in India the situation is quite different, of course. So like you went to Thailand in 2023 as your first foreign trip. I went to Dubai and it was my first foreign trip, same. And Dubai is a self-made country, I believe. It doesn't have a lot of natural beauty like India. Not a lot of, beaches and mountains and trees around. But the thing is that whoever built the ruler who is responsible for building the infrastructure, and the fact that it is a self-made country, and people who reside there are very respectful of that. They don't litter the place, and they're like, the country was so clean. The roads were so clean. There was not a single piece of garbage around, and it was very refreshing to see such a sight. In India, we often notice how there's so much of garbage flying around, people spitting on roads. I believe that we don't actually respect the place we live in. But in Dubai, it was really refreshing to see that people respected where they reside and they respect their country and maintain the cleanliness. And I think it's the people who play the biggest role in maintaining their country's hygiene. And in India, we definitely have scope to improve that. So that's a difference that I noticed. Yeah. So, Oshi, what about you? What do you think?
So, like, I've not been anywhere out of India, but like, it is true that people do play a huge role in maintaining the cleanliness of the country because, like, even in India, we often witness people littering around. They'll either throw plastic bags or they'll just pee around. But, like, I think people need to have a sense of awareness. Like they are aware, obviously, but they need to understand that it is not affecting anyone in particular, or it's just that you karma, like I think God is just waiting, and then one day he'll be like, oh, you wait and watch. And then one day when everything is just messed up, we'll be like, oh, we should have done that. So now, although initiatives have been taken like biodegradable, separating wastes, reuse, recycle, so we are walking towards change. But I think if we all take part in it, it would be a lot faster.
You were saying that we should remember that we reap what we sow.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
okay, guys, I have a question for you. What is your favorite part of traveling? Like for me, I I'm not that of um a lover that who likes to travel. I'm not that of an enthusiast, but sometimes when academics gets very frustrating, when it's like very pressurizing, you need something to get out of it. And even we're a nuclear family, I am the only child, and my mother and my father are very busy because they have their own work to do. And we maybe like we only wait for like maybe like 5 hours in a day because I have my school, they have their job. So it's very nice to spend a quality time where there is no pressure in your mind, and you know that together as a family you'll do activity. So what are your favorite part of traveling, Oshi?
So I think traveling. So I think for many people it's spending quality time with, family, and for some it's just relaxing. But for me it is quite different. So when I go somewhere, I want to I want to relax. Then I want to go all the places. Like I remember recently, like in 2023, we went for the retreat. So I remember our schedule being quite packed, but it was never hectic. So we started our day at 6, waking up, exercising in the hostel, and then we used to visit local places, and then we our day used to end at 10:30, and usually also I sleep by 10:30. And then I remember that it was never hectic because I enjoyed what I was doing. So for me it is going around and without just having no pressure and keeping my mind free from all the tension that may or may not have been in my mind when I was not traveling. Simmer, come on, sum it up.
Firstly, definitely the retreat was one of the most refreshing experiences, and it was so, so, so worthwhile. Like waking up every day in the morning and then just, you know, throughout the day being busy, being occupied, and at the end of the day going to bed as if you've done so much. It was definitely a different experience. And for me, if I had to answer that question, my favorite part of traveling is the first night out. The thing is that when you're there for the first night, matlab, what I mean is when you go over there and you spend the entire day, you travel and you sleep at the end of the day. I think that's my favorite part, going to bed with a lot of expectations as to what is to come next. Basically, it's the beginning of a wonderful trip, and you look forward to whatever is going to come, and basically waking up in a different place in a completely new environment. That's my favorite part, because there is just so much in my mind. There are so many expectations. There is so much happiness. Like now I'm here and I'm ready to do a lot of stuff that I don't usually do.
You
That
know,
would
it
be
is
my
such a
favorite part.
bummer that we won't be having the retreat this year from now on, because it was such a refreshing experience. Like, I remember being I remember being very reluctant or, kind of frightened about going and how I would spend. Because before the retreat, the only person I talked to was Yashraj, and I didn't talk to anyone else. And like, it was very weird coming out of my comfort zone, but it was a very nice change. And like, it would, we should do a podcast on this retreat. We call,
And I think you also formed a bond with me, dude.
oh yeah, you too. You also
Like
happened in
we're
between.
the
Now
bestest of
I'm
friends.
feeling left out.
No, 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 no. We're a trio. We're a trio.
Yeah,
Yeah, Simar
let's
also
see.
happened in between somehow.
I don't like you very much.
Oh, I love you. Anyways, so Saikiran, we're out of questions now. How was your experience with us? Did you enjoy our podcast?
Ocean Simmer, you're a delight. You are one of my favorite people, even you, Simmer. Like I got to know Simmer through Oshi, and I think I have developed a very good bond with you both of you, and it was my honor to come to your podcast. Thank you so much for a podcast that is done on my favorite topic. I may not be an enthusiast, but I'd love to talk about food and travel. Sure, why not? Who does not like literally love food?
Oh yeah, we know because you had been going around.
We
You had been
we
going
had this
around.
topic cherry picked for you.
No, she had been going around for 2 months. Get me to your podcast and we would do travel. Get me to your podcast and we would do travel. But truly, it was a very nice podcast. Like, I really enjoyed it, and it was
Yes.
very unhinged and it was very raw. So, we had a very nice experience with your Saikiran, and we would love to have a follow up, a part two. So, whenever we will,
Sure, it would be my honor.
oh, yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
we are a delight after all.
Yeah.
Anyways, with this, we come to an end of today's podcast. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it and would like to thank everyone who has helped us achieve the success of today's podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode, same date, same time next month.
We are here at my good school. Things here are so cool. Together we learn, together we create, together we meditate. Everyone is welcome. Teachers here are awesome. We learn good values, we learn many skills. We soar above the hills. Let's shout it out, hey, let's all be proud, hey, hats off to my good school. Just what we need, hey, for us to succeed, hey, are all here in my good school.